Hello guys, this is Migo. In this video I will show you how to make this cool card animation using geometry nodes and cloth simulation. It's very easy method. I think I explained a lot of those techniques before in other videos, so I will link the video down in the description so you can check those tutorials. So let's start. So what we need is just add a plane and and adjust the scale like this until it looks like a card. Apply the scale, and we need to add the 4 loops right here, and we need maybe 3 or 4 loops in this axis. We need it to be low poly so it will not bend a lot. We need it just to be smooth, and we can move this aside like this and duplicate it, and we can duplicate it and put it right here, and let's name this to card like this, and let's select this plane, and we need to add a geometry nodes to this plane. So let's go to the geometry nodes, and let's add a new geometry nodes to this plane like this, and we need to add a curve circle node, circle curve or curve circle node like this, and we need to another node. We need to convert this curve to points, so let's add a curve to point nodes, and we need to instance our card to those points, so let's make an instance on point nodes like this, and we need to bring our card, so let's drag our card from there to here, and let's plug our geometry to the instance channel like this, and see now we can adjust the radius, and we can adjust the count from here like this, and we need some control of the transformation, so or the rotation, so let's add a transform geometry node, and we need to duplicate it and put it right here like this, and we can duplicate it one more again and put it right here like this, and we need to rotate it in the x-axis 90 degree like this, so it will face our camera when we add our camera. And now you can have control of the rotation. You can rotate the cards like this or like this. You have a lot of control of the rotation. You can play with it as you like. I explained this in other video, and you can adjust, as I said, the radius from here, or now what we need to do is just we need to connect this rotation from the points into the instance, so we get this correct rotation. So let's reset our values right here, and let's rotate maybe like this or like this, and let's rotate in the x-axis like this, and we can adjust the count, and maybe the radius a little bit like this. Okay, I think like this is nice. I think it's looking cool. So what we can do now is just add we can add a Bezier curve or circle curve like this. So this curve, it will be our sphere path, so we can move the sphere along this curve. So let's move it right here. Let's add a sphere like this and scale it down, and apply the scale, and let's set the shading to smooth. Now we can go to this panel and to the relation, and we can select our Bezier curve like this, and now we need to scale it a little bit like this, Now let's select our Bezier curve and let's go to the curve tab like this and go to the path animation and select the flow. Now if we move this evolution time, see we can move the sphere will move the sphere will move with it. I mean it will move along the Bezier curve. Now we can go and keyframe this animation. We need it to be from right to left, so let's add a keyframe right here, and let's maybe go to like this, and let's add it another keyframe right here, and let's see our animation. So the sphere, it's traveling from like right to left along the curve. And we can make it faster by decreasing the frame numbers, and we can change the handle type to like interpolation to back, so it will be faster and it will like go back. And maybe 100 frame is enough for our sphere. Feel free to experiment with your animation. I think like this is nice. Let's just move it so it will be in the middle of the cards like this. Now we can select the cards and add a cloth simulation to the cards. And you need to copy these settings, so it will give you a very nice bending effect. Of course you can feel free to use your own settings, so that's what I used in my original animation. So feel free to copy these values like this, and make sure to activate the self collision, so the card will collide with each other. And let's make the collision steps to 5 like this, and we need to go to the gravity force and make it 0, so the gravity will not affect our simulation. And see, now if we run our simulation, nothing happened, so we need to add a collision to the sphere, so it will affect the cards when it moves like this. But nothing happened. If we run our simulation, nothing happened like this, because we need another node in the geometry nodes, so it will make our simulation work. So let's go to the geometry nodes, and we need to let's first add a timeline so we can work efficiently. So let's bring a timeline. To add this node that called realize instances. So this node, it will make every card have its own geometry. So see, now if we run the simulation, it will work fine, and the sphere will affect our cards like this, and it's pretty cool animation, I guess. So we can add a shade smooth nodes to smooth our cards. So see, now it's looking very good. Let's change this to, and see guys, now our animation is working and we can see the wireframe. So keeping it low poly will make it bend like this. You can go higher, of course, but it will give you a cloth like simulation. And of course you can still adjust the count and adjust the radius, and the simulation still works very nice. You can go crazy with the count, but it will slow your PC. If you have good PC, you can of course go higher. And see, you can get very interesting animations, and you can adjust it like like this or as you like. I mean, in the original video I did the animation like this. It's like the sphere will collide from the middle, and of course if you can added force to make to effect the cards. You can make a negative strength, so it will the force will suck the cards inside it, and see, the force will suck the cards, and it will like make them collide with each others, and it like floating in the space. I mean, it's a very good effect if you ask me. And of course you can add another type of forces, like I did in my original. I added a vortex force field, so it will rotate the cards a little bit, so make it make the strength higher, like 10, or it will like rotate the cards, and it will give you interesting effect. You can play with the force and the vortex as you like, and you can even add a turbulence force to add some other type of animation to the cards. You can even keyframe the vortex, so the cards will rotate maybe from 120 or 100 frame, and it will if you want to reset the animation, just adjust the count of the the simulation. If you want to adjust it, just adjust the count of the cards, and it will restart the simulation. And when you're happy with simulation, you can add a subdivision subsurface to smooth the cards a little bit, and you can maybe go 2 steps in this in the subdivision, but it will slow your PC a little bit, so be careful with that. I mean, simulation is looking very good. You can select the card and added some materials. I showed you in the other videos how to randomize the materials. I will show you now again if you didn't watch the other video. So what we need to do is just a texture for our logo or our so unplug it in the emission like this, and we need to set this to extend, and we need to unwrap our card from the view. So let's select all those faces and unwrap them from the view. So press U and unwrap from the view like this. And you can adjust or rotate until you get your logo into the cards like this. Okay, like this is nice. Now you can change the color of the card. You can now duplicate or make a little bit of transmission. You can play with the material as you like. I'm just adjusting a little bit of those values like this. Now you can duplicate this material. Let's see first our cards like this. See how we have only this color, this orange color. It's looking very nice. You can go with one color, or you can add some other colors to those cards. You can do this by duplicating these materials and make it a new material like this. And now you can change this color to maybe green, and you can add duplicate another material and make the color like I don't know, blue maybe. And let's duplicate it one more time and maybe make it pink, or maybe let's make it pink like this. Now let's go to the geometry nodes to randomize the materials. I explained this a lot, so let's just make it fast. Okay. We need a node. We need a node that called store name it attribute like this. And we need to change this from float to vector and from point to instance like this. And we need the realize node to be after the stored name it attribute, so we can store only from one instances. And we need the index node and plug it here into the value like this. And we need to name this maybe to materials like this. And now we can add a set material index node like this and plug it right here. And now if we change this value, it will cycle between our materials like this. So if we have 10 materials, it will show all of those 10 materials. Now to randomize those materials, we need a random value, of course, and we need to make this to vector, and we need to plug it into this node, to material index. And we need to add another node that called name it attribute, and we need to recall our material name. We need it to be the same name of the stored material node like this. We need it to be the same name, and you can plug this to the ID like this. And now we have to change this max value to we have 4 materials like this, so we can set number 4 like this, so we can get 4 materials, 4 random material. And you can of course change the seed if you don't like the seed of those materials. And of course we can add a math node to control the rotation of the materials like this, and plug it right here. And you can play with this value to change the seed, of course, or the rotation of the seed. And you can even like maybe adjust this to other numbers or play with it to get more interesting seeds. Feel free to experiment with these nodes. I mean, I think like this is nice for me. And let's see. I think it's looking very good. So what we can do is just add a camera maybe. Let's add our camera. Let's move it a little bit like this. And we can go here and make this like this, so we can see only the camera. And we can select our depth of field to the vertex because it's in the middle, and it will not move our depth of field. And you can add a plane as a background like this. Scale it so it will cover all of our view. And we can add a glass material to this sphere to make it a little bit interesting. So let's add a glass material like this. Okay, and let's see right now. And maybe we need environment lighting or HDR, so we can get a nice lighting effect. See now how our port view is very slow, so we can we can decrease the subdivision levels, so it will work faster in our viewport, but in the render we can leave it like 2 or 3 as you like. Now we can increase our frames to make the simulation run longer, but as you will see, it will stop in the 250 frames. Our simulation will stop like this. That's because in our cloth simulation in the cache, the simulation ran only on 220 frames. So let's make it 600 frame, and you can bake it, of course, if you like it. And if you will render it, you need to bake it. So I'm just I will not bake it right now because I will not render it. It's just for the tutorial. I mean, I did my own version before, so feel free to bake it. And if you are happy with it, you can of course render it. And I think I think you can even animate this sphere back, because it can just add another keyframe right here to the evolution time. And it will still affect the cards. So when the cards like hit the sphere, it will collide with it, even it see like this. It will collide with the sphere. I mean, it's the simulation, it's very random, so it's almost impossible to get a same simulation like mine. So just I mean, if your simulation looks good, it will be fine for you to render it. I mean, I just showed you the techniques behind this animation. And feel free to experiment with other, as I said, with other force field and other type of object, or I don't know. So you can just make the frames to 30 and make this to JPEG, and you can of course bake your simulation and render your animation. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I see you in other videos. Thank you.